In her essay Venus and Two Acts, Sadea Hartman observes that the loss of stories sharpens the hunger for them. Yet, for such to occur, a story first must be erased. In this very moment, an act of erasure is beginning to unfold. On August 12, 2025, President Donald Trump and his administration sent a letter to the Secretary of the Smithsonian Institute informing him that they would be reviewing the Institute's displays and exhibits to, quote-unquote, ensure alignment with the President's directive to celebrate American exceptionalism, remove divisive and partisan narratives, and restore confidence in our shared cultural institutions. The Smithsonian, often referred to as America's Attic, is a massive system of national museums that preserves and displays millions of artifacts. Anything that does not, quote-unquote, align with the President's view of history will be subject to revision, alteration, replacement, or removal, whether it is an individual placard or an entire exhibit. These changes are to begin no later than December 10, 2025, with the hope of being finished in time for the nation's 250th birthday. What exactly these content corrections may entail is presently unknown. However, there is significant and reasonable concern among experts and museum officials that the administration may profoundly alter the Smithsonian Institute and imperil its veracity. That the Smithsonian, which has long been an impartial institution that operates at a distance from the machinations of politicians, will become yet another way for the president to trumpet out an incomplete, sanitized, and biased version of history that ever so neatly serves his political aim. However, hope remains. In reaction to the president's plan, a group of concerned citizens formed an organization known as Citizens Historians, with the plan of systematically photographing the entirety of the Smithsonian's public material and then creating an accessible database of these photos. That is, the president can change the museum as much as he wants, but a record of how the institute was before his intrusion will survive. As of October 1st, citizen historians have enlisted over 1,000 volunteers and photographed 60% of the Institute's displays. However, there is still more work to be done, and even once they have a complete record of the museum, they then need to create a way for every person to access it. To volunteer with citizen historians, simply go to their website, citizenhistorians.org. The museums of the Smithsonian are almost all free to enter and are largely in the Washington, D.C. area. With a camera and some free time, you can help preserve history. To conclude, let us remember, as George Orwell notes in 1984, who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. And so, let us remind the president that it is we, the people, who control the present, not his administration.